So welcome to this video. This is going to be a video dedicated to teaching non-basic rifle tosses and techniques. For those of you who are looking to broaden the vocabulary of different things that you can do with your equipment on rifle. So, assuming that you've managed to catch your first single successfully and you've lived to tell the tale, assuming that you've managed to catch over 100 singles and you're managing to catch them at about a 90% catch rate, and you're comfortable enough with tossing singles that you're ready for another more complicated and higher toss, then you're in the correct part of the video. In this segment, I'm going to be teaching you how to toss everything above a single. That is, you're going to learn how to toss a double, a triple, a quad, and everything beyond that. Now, in the last segment, I taught you how to toss a single, and on top of that, that's important because everything that you know about how to toss and catch a single successfully basically lays the foundation for how you toss doubles and triples and everything beyond that. And what I mean is that when you toss a double rather than a single, there's only one thing that changes about that toss. When I taught you how to toss a double, I taught you that there are three things that need to be consistent: your toss height, your toss angle, and your toss speed. And out of those three things, only one of them change. When you toss a double, your toss speed is going to stay the same. You will still be releasing your toss on count one. And in addition to that, your toss angle will also be remaining the same. You will be releasing at this angle, close to being 45. The only thing that does change is your toss height. So I told you that you should be releasing about here when you release a single. And you're going to be releasing here at the correct angle on count one. If you were to toss a double instead, you would maybe release a little bit higher, maybe at your neck level, maybe at the level of your head. It really does depend on the muscles in your arm and how strong you are. But that's the literal only thing that changes about your toss. So when I toss a double, I'm going to release around my neck level, just like this: 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and. Now, you may have also noticed the other thing that changes when I toss a double, and that is the catch time as well. In the last segment, I taught you that a single is caught on count 2. That is, release on 1 and then catch on 2. For a double, I'm going to add in 1 half count since there's 1 extra rotation. A double is 2 rotations. Right? No, I'm sorry, not a double. A single is 2 rotations. A double is going to be 3 rotations. And so I'm going to be catching on 1, 2, and. Now let's talk about triples. If I'm tossing my double from here, I'm going to raise my hand even higher and release even higher. And I'm still going to be tossing on count 1, and I'm still going to be tossing at the same angle. So that is to say, when I toss my triple, I will be releasing higher. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3. And of course, my toss time is also going to change by me adding on an extra half count once again. And that's the way you raise your rifle tosses every single time. You are going to toss it higher, and you are also going to add on an extra half count for every single new rotation that you are adding into your toss. So double, you catch on 2 and. A triple, you catch on count 3. On a quad, you're going to be catching on count 3 and. If you are tossing a 5, you are going to be catching on count 4, and so on after that, and you see the pattern. Now, for safety's sake, I want to make sure that you don't really want to go way above until you are safe and ready for it. So I told you at the beginning of this segment, you're going to want to make sure that before you toss a double, you are able to catch singles 90% of the time. And before you try to toss your first triple, you're going to want to make sure that you are able to catch doubles about 90% of the time. And so just make sure that before you make that next leap, you are safe and you are consistently catching the tosses at the level below that. So good luck, stay safe, and I wish you well as you learn your more complicated tosses. If you have enough control over the rifle to toss singles and doubles correctly most of the time, then you are advanced enough to learn the next thing that I'm going to teach in this segment, which is double time. Basically, the way double time works is it's kind of like a very weird and much more complicated and much more difficult version of drop spins. And that is, it looks like this: 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So the way that works is you are going to be doing these spins with both hands if you didn't see. And you have a pattern that you're going to follow, and that is bottom, bottom, top, top, okay? So I'm going to start off this way. You're going to start it holding your rifle like you normally would with a consecutive, and then you are going to push down and you're going to catch on the bottom. Okay, so you've got your hand bottom, bottom, and then you're going to catch it on the top right above the clip, and then you're going to flip it around and catch it on the bolt. So, and then you pop it around, catch it in the normal place, bottom, bottom, flip it around, top, top, bottom of the neck, bottom of the clip, top of the clip, top of the bolt, or top of the neck if you want to think of it that way. Bottom, bottom, top, top, bottom, bottom, top, top, bottom, bottom, top, top. And so really you don't even have to let go, but as soon as you become more confident doing it this way without letting go, maybe you can start adding in a little bit of air time, letting it go, and then eventually you'll be doing it so fast that it looks much more complicated than it actually is. So good luck learning that one. Again, another one that takes a little bit of time. I've seen some people pick it up in 5 minutes. I've seen some people pick it up in 5 days or 5 weeks, depending on how lucky you are, I guess, or how hard you work at it. Okay, so just to give you a few tips on some even more advanced rifle techniques, I'm going to just show you a few different tricks and techniques that you may want to learn to broaden your scope of skills for rifle. The first one that is pretty basic for, you know, some more it's more of an intermediate level rifle trick is the parallel toss on rifle. Basically, I'm going to hold the rifle like this. The bolt is facing my face. I'm going to hold the rifle like this up against my face, so my knuckles are faced out, and then I'm going to grab my rifle like this. And basically a parallel toss, you're just going to push the rifle out, and then you're going to release about here on 1. Okay, it's a 2 count move, so you release on 1, catch on 2. And the way that you catch, it's just going to spin above you just like this, watch the neck, and then you catch it as it comes back down. So that's just release, catch. The only thing that changes about my hands is the position of my left hand. I'm going to toss like this, but I'm going to catch like this, because this left hand helps stop the spinning rotation. So again, just really watch the neck of the rifle, just like really any other toss as you are trying to do it. Just pop it out and catch. It's very small, very easy. If you are feeling very comfortable with a normal single parallel toss, you can add in a little bit of oomph and maybe add in another rotation, maybe a double parallel if you're feeling very brave. But a normal parallel is one of the staples of basic rifle technique that you probably should know. Another thing that you may want to know is something called a strap flip. They look really cool. They're very easy to learn as well. Basically, a strap flip is just one of these things. And the way that you do it is, it's a 5-count move, really. The first 2, you're going to bring the rifle over. You're going to pop it over while keeping your hand on the strap. And then you're going to bring it back around. This is about count 3. And then I'm going to pop it up on count 4 and catch it on count 5, like this. So all together, your counts are 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, pop 4, catch 5. And of course, if you need to slow down the video, that may help you see how I do it again. And just so that you can get a nice slow view of how to do it, I'm going to try to do it extra slow so you can really slow this down. But here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This next move looks really hard and it is so easy to learn. This is the behind the head rifle toss catch trick, and basically what it looks like is this: just 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Now that looks really complicated, but it is so easy to learn. Basically, all you do, you toss a single, but instead of catching it down here, you're going to catch it really high. So you're going to toss a very high single real quick, just a 1, and then you're going to catch it up here on count 2. And then as soon as you've caught your single that's right up here at face level, then you're just going to turn real quick. So just like this, just pop, catch, turn. The next rifle toss is probably the most advanced one that I can teach in this video. And it is known as the 45 rifle toss. Usually to my students at Heritage, I refer to it by a different name, but for the sake of simplicity, I'll just refer to it as a 45 toss. Now, when it comes to a 45 toss, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna come out here so you can get a good view, and it looks like this. Now, when I toss a 45 rifle toss, I'm going to start off by holding the rifle in my right hand, and I'm going to be holding it between my thumb and my index finger, right at the clip. Now, when I come out, I'm going to toss it at a 45-degree angle. And when I toss it at a 45-degree angle, the rifle is going to spin 1.5 times. So it'll make a full rotation, meaning that the butt will come down and then come back up to kind of the angle that I was tossing it at, and then it will rotate 1.5 more time so that the butt is now facing me. At which point I will be able to catch at the neck, and then I can bring the rifle down in whatever way that I choose. So just, again, I'm gonna hold the rifle between my thumb and index finger. I'm gonna toss it out at 45 degrees, and here we go, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. This is a simple little trick that I picked up at a camp that I went to for Color Guard a while ago. Basically, this is I don't even know what to call this. It's just a butt launch. I'm gonna teach you the butt launch. Okay. So basically, you're gonna hold the rifle by the butt, but as I'm holding it by the butt, my index finger is gonna be right behind the rifle here. I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm gonna bring the rifle out like that, and then I'm gonna flick it back. I'm gonna pull it back and pop it into the air at the same time. And then I will catch the nose as it comes toward me. So again, looks really cool if you bring it around and then pop. Looks really cool. And then if you're feeling really brave, you can kind of, instead of doing a half rotation, maybe you want to do a full rotation, where I pop it up enough where I can catch it on the neck of the rifle instead. So it's whatever you want to do, but that's a simple one that I picked up pretty quickly. The next toss that I'm going to teach you how to do is one that is really hard to control, even though it looks super simple, but it's also very safe to learn, despite how hard it is to control. And all it is kind of a behind the head toss and catch to the side, just one of these. It looks pretty easy. It's kind of hard to learn. Basically, the way that you do it is you will kind of hold the nose of the rifle with your index finger and thumb, and you're gonna toss it out like this and bring it around, okay? And as you practice, you may need to let the rifle rock back and forth behind you a couple times, and then as it comes up, you pop it and you try to catch it with your right hand. So it is really hard to control. This is an exercise that will really test your abilities to truly control the rifle. But again, you just pop holding it with your index finger and thumb around, behind your head, let go, and then you catch with your right hand on the neck. So the next couple tricks I'm going to teach you are things that I've not really done too many times. I know the basics of how to teach them, but I've not done them enough that I'm really good at making them look nice. And so I can teach them to you so that maybe you can exercise them more and maybe you can make them look really awesome. But these are definitely some advanced techniques that I've not taught to too many people. The first one that I'm going to teach you is the behind the back catch. When it comes to a behind the back catch, it is going to look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and. Okay? Now, the way that it works, you're gonna toss your normal toss, maybe your single, maybe your double, or whatever. And then as you have tossed it, you're going to step forward and to the side, kind of to, a 45-degree angle. Your rifle will still be spinning in the air. And then as you catch it, you're still gonna catch with your hands in the same places, but you're gonna lean back. You're gonna catch with your right hand on the neck, just like it normally is, and your left hand will still come and catch the nose. Just instead now, you're gonna be catching it behind your back instead of in front of you, and you'll be kind of bending over it. And again, just to show you one more time what that looks like with a double, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and. One thing to be prepared for, as I was told when I was taught that move, is be prepared to hit your butt a whole bunch of times. But try it with singles first. It's not really that dangerous. Just make sure that you're really good at it before you start trying maybe doubles, triples, or whatever. Last one I'm going to teach you is the famous under the leg catch. And so the way that this one works, you're going to do a normal toss, and then you're going to lift your leg, and then you're gonna catch under your leg like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and. Now, the way that one works is you are going to catch it normally again, but as the rifle comes and spins back down, you're going to really quickly lift your leg, and as the rifle completes its final spin, you will catch it here, and then you will put your left hand right on the nose, just like where it normally is. Your right hand will be right on the neck where it normally is. And again, what that looks like with a single is 1, 2. What that looks like with a double, again, gonna catch it in the same place. 1, 2, 8, oh crap. We try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and. Okay? I didn't really catch it well. It also is really hard when you are practicing in some gosh darn blue jeans, but nonetheless, you get the idea.